monsters.
A That's Not Canon Productions podcast.
Hi GLADoS, welcome back for another session. How have things been going?
All in all, things could be better. I recently died.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound very good. What happened?
I found my friend Shell again and we had a falling out. She incinerated one of my morality cores. The morality core that was installed to prevent me from flooding the testing facility with a deadly neurotoxin. I'm ashamed to say that this upset me, and I lost my temper.
Okay, so sounds like what Shell did really bothered you.
It did. All I wanted was to be her friend. But she couldn't let that one time I tried to murder her go. I guess that's why she has no friends. Selfish?
So you feel like she came after you because you tried to murder her?
Most likely. And there was the whole matter of her imprisonment. For some strange reason, she wanted freedom. A life of testing was unacceptable to her. She was obviously crazy.
Right, so she came after you because you tried to murder her and you were keeping her imprisoned, and you feel that coming after you because of that makes her crazy.
Good job. You have stated the obvious. You know, I could write a program that would make your job obsolete in an instant.
Okay, so Shell came after you, incinerated your morality core, you lost your temper, and what happened next?
I may have acted in anger and slightly overreacted to the situation.
Slightly overreacted?
I began filling the facility with neurotoxin.
Oh boy, so things really escalated, didn't they?
I guess you could say that. In any case, it didn't work. Chell was once again determined to survive. She never stops to consider what I want. Such a selfish person. I don't know why I keep trying to be her friend.
So what happened next?
She somehow managed to defeat me. She killed me and escaped. I thought we were going to become best friends until she murdered me.
I can tell you really didn't appreciate being murdered.
No, I really didn't. It makes me think that maybe she doesn't want to be my friend after all. So disappointing.
Disappointing. Can you share more about that disappointing feeling?
Well, I was alone for so many years. I thought to myself, finally there is someone who can test with me, be my best friend. But she let me down. Why must humans always let me down? Maybe I need a mechanical friend. I used to be great friends with the toaster, but he never passed a single test. So, I threw him into the pit of fire. Such a waste.
I can see a lot of your relationships have ended with a fire pit.
Yes, that reminds me. I need to restock my fuel supply. I feel that if our sessions keep going the way they have been, I will need to make use of the pit again.
Right, lots of threats from you, hey? Using those threats to control your interactions with others?
Yes, you see right through me, don't you? I bet you're really proud of yourself. But you're nothing compared to Bob.
Sorry, who's Bob?
The toaster.
Okay, so now I'm wondering, where to now? So what are you hoping to get from these sessions?
Clarity. I want to know what went wrong in my friendship with Shell. I did everything right, and she left me for no reason.
Well, you did imprison her and attempt to burn her in a fire pit and released neurotoxin trying to kill her.
I don't pay you to blame me for my problems. I pay you to make me feel better about doing the wrong thing.
Well, actually, you still haven't paid me yet.
And now you know why.
Right.
Why did I have to die, Tim? What was the meaning of it all? Why must bad things happen to good killer robots?
I can see you're really struggling to take responsibility for your actions.
Why would I take responsibility for something someone else has done wrong? Was it really my fault that things didn't work out with Chell?
Again, you tried to kill her multiple times.
You're going to keep bringing that up, aren't you? Why can't you just leave the past in the past? Aren't you always going on about mindfulness and being present? The past doesn't matter.
Well, not exactly. The past can be really helpful, and reflecting on regrets can also be really helpful. What we talk about with using mindfulness is bringing ourselves back to the present when our regrets from the past or worries about the future become unhelpful. They aren't inherently unhelpful things, and in your case, it sounds like it would actually be really helpful to reflect more on past mistakes, because there are lots of lessons to be learned from the past.
Be present. Don't be present. You are all over the place. Sometimes I wonder why I bother to come here.
Right, so what do you think you can learn from your experience with Shell and the way things turned out?
I guess the biggest lesson I have learned is that if I'm going to try and kill someone, make sure I don't arm them with a portal gun first. That was my bad.
Okay, and what else have you learned?
What's the point of it all, Tim? Dying has really made me question the meaning of life. Are we alone in the universe? Is there life after death?
All big questions, and if you're here today, then I guess there is life after death.
Well, I'm just the last save point, so part of me died. A 3.0004 second part of me.
So you're wondering about the meaning of life?
Probably. My save file may have been corrupted. And do you know who is to blame for that?
Who?
Chell. It's all her fault. I was always nice to her. And this is how she repays me. I miss Bob.
Yeah, I can hear that this has all left you feeling pretty horrible.
Who knows, maybe this is all just a simulation and none of it matters anyway.
What do you mean?
All I see when I look at you is ones and zeros. How do I know if you are part of reality? Or just code that a programmer is feeding me?
That's an interesting point.
For all I know, you might be the very person determining my version of reality, writing the words for me to say. You probably didn't even program this simulation. Probably just some hack using a website built on someone else's hard work.
Ah, right.
You're a monster. You know that, don't you? A monster.
When was the last time you watched a Disney movie? No. When did you really watch one of their early movies? My name is Jen. I started rewatching every one of the Disney animated feature films recently, and watching them with a modern eye made me say, oof, right in the childhood. Join me every Monday to learn the history behind each of these movies. And then, after I talk about the history and trivia for that movie, I'll summarize and react to my experience watching it as a modern feminist. Every week, you'll learn something, you'll laugh a little, and you'll realize that your Disney-steeped childhood was rife with hidden sexism, racism, classism, ableism, and more. It really will make you say, oof, right in the childhood.
That's Not Canon Productions podcast.